I am Melina, or Melly is what I go by, my artist name, and on social media. And I am a singer-songwriter. Um, but I have recently, in the past couple of years, had an interesting and amazing social media journey. So I've learned a lot by accident, a lot on purpose, but today I'm here to talk about kind of like the ins and outs of specifically Instagram, although I am pretty well versed at Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. But most of the things will apply to all platforms, but today we're talking mostly about Instagram.
Woohoo! Thanks for coming today, Melina. We're super excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. Okay, so I guess I should share my screen. Let me just pull this up. Okay. I'm also going to share with you guys, like towards the end, my like analytics and stuff, like how Instagram works from my profile as like an example, but we're going to get through the slides first. I also want to say that there is a lot of words on some of the slides, but that's just because if anyone wants the presentation after, I just wanted all the information to kind of be in one place. But yeah. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So this is the 10 steps to using Instagram by Melly Baby Music. How is
It
this?
still says loading. Is it still loading on your end?
On my end?
Or is it up?
I saw it initially, and then when it went to full screen, now it's saying loading.
Oh, here. Is it still loading now?
No, I
No,
can
we can
see
see
it
it
now.
now.
It seems to just be when
It's
you're going
up.
into presentation mode.
Okay, well, should I just share it like this? Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay,
That's good.
that's perfect because then I can see you guys. So there are 2.35 billion active users on Instagram every month. So active, by active, that's like, people that use the app come in. Anyway, that's almost 50% of the world's smartphone users. So you want to be using Instagram, and this is how you can use the platform properly. So we're going to start from step 1, which is an intriguing introduction. So the first thing that you're going to do when you open Instagram is create an account. And the first step to that is a username. Now, this is very important because you want to create a username that is engaging and easy to find. So like when someone looks up your name, you want it to be the first thing that pops up. And to do this, you want to stay away from numbers in your name, because no one's going to look up like Melly 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're gonna look up Melly and expect to find myself or you or whoever. So you want to be creative with your name. You don't want to like copy somebody else. Like you don't want to say, like, for example, Billie Eilish was Where Are the Avocados. You don't want to be like Where Are the Avocados with a bunch of S's. You want to be something that isn't already out there. And also something that like people can kind of understand what you're kind of about just from the name. So like Melly Baby Music, you can kind of, that's a music name. Or like Coach Chippy, that's like a sports meme page. So you can use numbers if it's like in place of a letter. I wouldn't recommend that if you can get away with just the straight name. Like, for example, Sophie Powers, she uses a 0 in for example for the O. But yeah, she gets away with it, but I would recommend staying away from that. So the second thing you're going to do is the profile picture. Now, this is the first thing that people see when they're looking up your name. So like, let's say they look up Melly Baby Music, they're going to see my profile picture and be like, okay, that's who I'm looking for. So you want to make sure that it's close up on your face So I would say like here up, and like not a lot of background. Stay away from multiple pictures or multiple people in the photo. Because you have to remember that people can't see this very big. It's like a tiny little circle on your phone screen most of the time. And so you want people to see your face. So then you're going to set up a bio. I would keep it short and simple, kind of what you're about, and don't put any links or hashtags in your bio. There's a space in the actual setup to do that. Like you can put links in your bio. Another thing that I didn't mention in the presentation is a link tree, or like something like that you can use, where you can have multiple links in one space, because I think Instagram only allows you to put like 2 or 3 links in your bio. But if you have a link tree, let me just share mine really quick. You can have okay. I don't know if it's going to come up, but here. You can have multiple links that go to different places. So I have my TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Learn Guitar with Me, which is one of my partnerships, Donate. This is another one of my partnerships. So it's really easy. This one to set up, you just sign up and you put in like your name, your profile picture, and then you could put all your links and like title them, add pictures, whatever. Yeah, so you're also going to want to set your account to a business profile, because that way you can see your analytics, and we'll get into that, but that's very important, especially if your account is business. Obviously, if it's a personal account, don't do that, but you also don't have to do most of these things if it's a personal account. Okay, so your first introduction is basically what's popular right now and what Instagram is pushing is Reels. I would say that photos are more for like once you have a following, for people to, you know, react, engage with. But generally speaking, if you want to grow your following or get new people on your page, Reels is where to go, because that's what Instagram is pushing. So we're going to talk about creating Reels. I have a little subsection. So to create a successful reel, what you want to do is, so you have 3 seconds, but I would say it's kind of like less than 3 seconds to capture someone's attention. So those are the most important. That's the most important part of your video. So what I would say is you want an attention grabber or an engaging fact, something that's going to grab people's attention, be like, oh, what are they talking about? What is this? You don't have to start off with like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm going to be talking about this. You want to start off with a fact, like something jarring that's going to make people stop and be like, what are they talking about? And then you get into the main part of the video. So if there's a call to action, which there usually is, put that at the end, because people usually won't know if they want to do what you want them to do until they have all the information till the end of the video. And now with Instagram, you can have up to a minute. I would say it definitely, you don't want to bore the audience, right? So you don't want to make it too long. Try to fit, if there's too many facts, make 2 separate videos, you know? And if you have any branding materials, like if you have like I've seen like pages where you have like an 8-second clip of like, you know, where you have like your title and like your website and like your logo and all that. Put that at the end as well, because that's not going to pull people in. Generally, I would say if you would scroll past the video, everybody else is going to scroll past it too. So posting the reel, you want to make sure this is important. So you can edit the reel in a different app. Like if you, let's say you're just filming videos on your phone, you take separate videos, you can like put them together in like different apps. I have some apps that I can recommend at the end if you guys would like. But sorry. I would say, so you could do that in the other app, and then you can but you want to edit in Instagram. So because Instagram can tell if you're posting a video that was edited on a different app just by like the metadata or whatever it is. I don't really know how that works, but they can tell. So you want to do at least some editing in Instagram. So like if there's text that you want to put on your video, do that in the Instagram app. And if you're going to be doing this on different platforms like Facebook, YouTube, it's going to take extra time to add that extra text, but it's worth it because they can tell. Especially the worst thing you can do is to download it, like edit a video on one platform, download it and post it straight to other platforms because they can tell it came from that platform, and they're all competitors. So we'll get into hashtags, but you want to tag your location. So try to like tag like a big city near you, or like if you're targeting a small city or a, you know, county, whatever, you can tag that. And generally people like to post to Facebook and Instagram at the same time, but I would say don't do that. Unless you have like, unless you're doing it on your computer on the Meta Facebook app, because you can change the captions. Because on Facebook you can post links in the captions, but on Instagram you can't. It just comes up like you can't click on it. And generally that's gonna drive people away because they're like, oh, this person doesn't know what they're doing. So remember, Facebook links can go in the caption, Instagram they cannot. So that's where you would direct them to your link tree or your link in your bio and say, for more information, find the link in my bio, and make it very easy for them to find, very easy, like one click, like don't make it a lot of work for them. Now we have hashtags. Hashtags are very important. Do not over hashtag. A lot of people do this, but there is a such thing as too many hashtags. It's different for every app. I'm pretty sure. Yes, we have a question or a hand.
Really quick question for you. How many hashtags would you recommend for like Instagram or TikTok? Is there a certain number you stick to, like minimum, maximum?
So I would say I have 5 to 7 here, but 3 to 7 for all platforms generally. So like I know that varies. I think Instagram is like 3 to 5, YouTube is 5 to 7. I'm not sure about Facebook, but it's around 3 to 7. I would say stick around 5. 5 is generally always good for every platform. And you want to make sure that the hashtags are like a mix of things. So you want them to be widespread and also niche. So for example, I posted a video of a cover that I did of Pretty Woman. And so I have Guitar Girl, which is like one of my kind of niche-ish hashtags. That's like it's kind of like a hashtag that I created. So that's also good if you want to create a hashtag, but make sure that it's something that other people can post to. Don't make it too niche. Don't be like Melly's music, I don't know, something that's too niche that won't relate to other people. But Guitar Girl, there's other girls that play guitar that can post. So anyway, Visual Note Guitar, which is the brand I was promoting. Guitar, which is a general one. Pretty Woman, which is kind of like on topic of what I'm talking about. And then Rock Music, which is general. So I have a nice mix here. So for example, like something niche can be like your brand name or what your brand's about or what you're talking about in the video. And then widespread would be like hashtag, maybe if you're in Toronto, hashtag Toronto or hashtag marketing, something like that. Because you want that mix, because you want to get people that are out of your like kind of more widespread, but also that niche. You don't want to, yeah. Anyway, so you want something that's really, really important, which honestly, I will fault myself too. I don't do this enough, especially when you get a lot of numbers. It's very hard, but you want to reply to your comments and DMs. The worst thing you can do is get an automated system to do it for you, because people can tell. People can tell when you're replying to their DM and it feels like a bot, or when you're replying to their comment and it feels like it's not you, right? So either you would hire someone that is a real person to do it for you, or do it yourself. Like, you don't want just like an automated reply, especially because they will reply right away, and it's just kind of like, people can tell. Because this creates a connection with your followers, which makes them feel more important and more likely to continue following you, using your brand, purchasing your product. They feel like your friend. You want your followers to feel like your friend, but also make sure that you keep that barrier between follower and friend in real life. Like, don't get too personal with them, right? Now, insights. We'll go more into this when I share my Instagram, but this is where you can kind of see like who follows you, where are they from, what is their age, gender, how they found your content, how many people are liking your content or scrolling away. This can help you kind of see like who is liking your content, how you can better cater towards them, or how you can change your content to fit your target audience, if that makes sense. So for example, here in this photo, in the last 30 days, I reached 63,000 accounts. 38 of them were following me, 25 of them were not following me. Reels was where I reached most of my followers. Stories was where I got the next, it kind of stories and posts. See, stories and posts are for your followers, right? Reels is where you find people. Videos, I don't even know what that means. I think that's just like past. Before Reels, there was this thing where you could just post videos. Now it's only Reels. So that might be an older feature that they're still accounting for. Okay, so it's also very important to be active. If you want the engagement, you're going to have to put in the work. So that's like 1 to 3 story posts a day. Story posts is really good to create engagement. So like adding polls, asking questions, guessing, like what's the thing where you can make people guess like what the right answer is. I forget what that's called, but and then like 1 post every 1 to 2 days. You don't have to post on your reels every single day, because that's a lot of work, but you can if you want to. Recommended 5 days a week. The more active you are, Instagram is more likely to push your content because they love when people are using the app. Remember, they're competing with TikTok and YouTube. Like, they want people to use their app. So, but quality is not more important than quantity ever. If your content is something you would scroll past, I said this before, it is likely something your customer will scroll past as well. Never ever sacrifice quality. Now, your competitors, it's good to like, make friends with your competitors, comment on their posts. I mean, I guess it depends on the industry, right? But you want to be friends with your competitors and kind of like also use their engagement, like look at who's following them, who's commenting on their posts, where are they from, what do they do, stuff like that. Like, you want to see the kind of people that are interacting with them as well, and then look at what they're doing right, and don't like steal their ideas, but you can like kind of go off them and make it your own. And that's kind of what social media is all about. But also, if you do directly use someone's idea or something's inspired by them, it's good to tag them, because then you're building that good connection. And if they see that you stole their idea, they're gonna be like mad. But also, if they see that you credited them, they'll likely share it. So the last point I'm going to touch on before we get into my page is influencers. So I don't know if this exactly relates to you guys, but it's still something good to know. So popular brands have often partnered with influencers to get their brand out there. An influencer is someone with a following of anywhere between 10,000-ish. That could be lower, like maybe 5,000. It depends. To 1 million followers or more, however many million, billions, When partnering with an influencer, it is important to make sure their following fits your target audience and brand. Are their followers the same age and location? Do they have the same interests as your target audience? For example, you don't want to partner with a guitar company if you're a makeup brand. That just isn't going to work. And then you also have to make sure that their following is real. There are people that do buy their followers or get them, I don't know. Buy them is usually what they do. So you can do this by looking at their comment section. What's their comment section like? Like, do they have 1 million followers and only 3 comments on their photos? Or like 100 views on their reels? That's a really good indicator. So the difference, there's 2 types of influencers. There's macro influencers and micro influencers. Sorry, I got that mixed up. Micro influencers are 10,000 to 50,000 followers roughly. And then macro influencers are 100,000 plus. So sometimes it's better to go with the micro influencers if they have better engagement and if they fit your brand versus the macro influencers with millions of followers that doesn't fit your brand, that doesn't have as great engagement. So does anyone have any questions before we get into my insights and stuff?
No, this is awesome.
Sorry, I was going to ask you, number 4 that you mentioned, could you give an example of that? Can you go back to number
4?
Yes, number 4.
So like creating the reel.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let me pull out my phone. Okay. So I start, let's see. Let me show you guys. So when I create a reel, I film it just on my camera roll like this. Me filming. And then I record the audio through Ableton the same time that I'm filming. And then you can't sync that up that audio in Instagram directly, so I have to use a different app, Splice. But then I'll add like a filter, or like when you go to post, I don't think it'll let me show you guys on.
Yeah,
the
because you
app.
said like don't put right away your information. Hi, I am this and this from this, company. We should put it later, but at the beginning we should use something like to attract, to catch the eye, right?
I'm so sorry. You were a little choppy there.
Oh,
Can you-
sorry.
that-
You mentioned that we should not put our information at the very beginning, which is not interesting to the follower, like people scrolling, right? We should-
Yes.
Yes. So what kind of information we could put to attract people to stop?
So that depends on the kind of video. So like let's say you're doing a cooking video, for example, and you're showing how to make something. You're not going to start with the first ingredient of you cracking the egg into the bowl. You're going to start with the end product and be like, yum, look how good this looks. Yum. For like a split second. And then you're going to be like, okay, we crack the egg, we put in the flour, we put in the sugar, we mix it, we do this. And then voila, we have this beautiful cake. You know what I mean?
Yes, but
sense?
speaking about real estate,
Speaking about real estate, so I would say, and if you're gonna show like a house or something, I've seen some videos actually online. I like watching real estate TikToks. If you're showing like a house, for example, start with the best feature of the house. Like whether it's the outside, whether it's a secret room, whether it's, I don't know, something that makes that house special. Start with that and be like, can you guess, or something like that, and then get into the full tour and then put your information at the end. So that's what I would say. Also try to stay away from emojis on your videos. For young people, Gen Z, it comes across a little cringe. So I don't know. And Gen Z is not necessarily your target audience, but it is a lot of the people that are using social media. And if you get them to see it, then you can get them, then that helps boost the algorithm. Because the more people that interact, it helps boost the algorithm. So stay away from emojis on the video itself. You can use them in captions. wherever else. But yeah.
Sorry, just a question. When you're grabbing the people's attention in the beginning, do you think like putting, you know how there's apps like Caption where it puts text for you? Like
Mhm.
as you're speaking, it's putting writing, right? Would you recommend like a something text to grab people's attention, or that doesn't really matter?
Text does not grab people's attention. What grabs people's attention is a close-up faces. Faces, if that's like, if you're talking, you want a close-up on your face with really good lighting. Or not
Okay.
even a close-up on your face, but just like you want, like if you're talking, you want your face to be in it with really good lighting. If you're gonna have captions, I'm pretty sure all apps now have like a section in the app where you can put like auto caption and then you can go in and edit it. You can actually do that in the app. You don't need to edit that on a separate
You could do that in Instagram?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me just
Oh,
double check.
okay, I didn't know that. Amazing.
So real, I have to find.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
awesome.
Yeah, you
there's
just
like
double tap it once your captions are up, and then you can edit them if you need to correct anything.
yeah.
It's not
Oh,
as
cool.
user-friendly as using like CapCut or Captions app,
Yeah.
but you can definitely do it. And Instagram actually, like Melly was saying earlier, does prefer if you edit anything within their app, they'll push your reel harder.
Yeah, I remember.
If you
Okay.
do it out with outside apps, it's just a fact. Unfortunately, their editing features aren't very great, but they just did a big push for new stuff today. And the
Amazing.
hope is that eventually they're going to get to better editing options than they currently have. So
Okay, amazing. Thank you.
If you go where the sticker thing is, like where you can add emojis, in one of the choices where you add music to, one of the choices is captions.
Oh,
You can
okay.
pick. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Thank you.
there is a video tutorial on the social media board, Marina.
Yes, Caroline.
I got one more question for you. So I know you mentioned you use the app Slice to edit. So I use that as well. But then you did mention, so like TikTok, Instagram prefers you editing in the app. So are you saying like still edit in the app Slice, but then go back and just like add a filter or add your words in? Like that will still push your video with the algorithm, or how does that work?
Yes. Yes. Awesome. I wish I was on my phone so I could show you guys how I edit a video, but that might be a future one. Anyway, so okay, yes.
What was the voice editor you said you could do something, record your voice at the same time as you're recording your video? What is that?
Okay, so I do like mostly music content, so I can actually show you. So I have my little setup right here. So what I'll do is I'll put my phone on this ring light here and like put it over there or something in front of my computer. And then I have my microphone and I have an interface that I plug in. But you can also use a second phone. Like let's say you are like you're filming something, but you're going to be far away from the camera. You can grab like a second phone or like a little microphone and like hold it near you. And so what you'll do is you'll record both of them at the same time. It doesn't have to start at the exact same time because then you go into Splice and you can add the video and the audio, sync it up so that it starts at the same time, and then mute the video audio and then export that so that that audio is now attached to that video. That's what I do. But I record into Ableton. So just for like music and stuff, and also it sounds better.
So you would use Ableton, like that's an app, as opposed to just using the camera on that secondary device.
Yeah, Ableton is a DAW, so it's a recording software.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's a whole world of, I would say if you're just talking into your camera and you're this close, just use your phone. But if you're like, let's say on the other side of the room for something, like let's say you're doing an interview, I would say use a second phone, use a little mic. They have these little lavalier mic things on Amazon that you can actually plug into your phone and then use your voice notes to just record and it'll pick up through the microphone instead of your phone microphone.
Okay,
if that
gotcha.
makes sense. So if you want that extra quality, but that's not necessary. Like sometimes when I'm out and about and I'm like trying to record in a cool location, but I'm kind of far away, I'll grab a second phone and I'll just put it closer to me and record like that.
Thank you.
No problem. Does anyone have any other questions before we get to the next part?
I have a
Yes.
quick question. For hashtags, do you find it's critical to use different hashtags for every single post? Do you have like a core group of hashtags you use and then customize for each post?
I would say, yeah, I have a core group that I use for each post of like one or two, and then I customize each one because obviously I'm not going to use Pretty Woman for every song if not every song is Pretty Woman. But I
Okay.
use Guitar Girl for everyone because that's like my hashtag. And then I'll do like if I'm using my visual note guitar, which is my light up guitar that I'm using as a sponsorship thing, I'll use that in all of those posts. But if I'm not using that, then I won't use that. It varies, but I usually use like hashtag guitar, hashtag guitar girl, hashtag guitar cover. Those are like my core kind of, but I alternate between them because let's say I have more niche ones that day, I'll try and like I might have to alternate out some of the core ones, but I kind of have them in order of importance. So like Guitar Girl is the first one, then we have guitar, then we have guitar cover, if that makes sense. So Guitar Girl is always posted.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So this is like this. My Instagram. Why is it doing this? Let me reload it really quick. Okay, it signed me out. Hold on. I'm gonna have to stop screen sharing for a second. I've been having issues with my laptop signing me out of Instagram lately.
Melly, questions why you're looking for. So a Guitar Girl is your brand, I would say so, right? Because you always put it.
I would say it's like that's like my hashtag. So like I created this hashtag Guitar Girl that was used on a lot of my posts that got a lot of views. So then other people used that hashtag. I wouldn't say I necessarily created it, but I saw it on like smaller ones and used it, and then it helped me blow up, and now I'm at the top of all of those hashtags. If that makes sense. Like my videos are the most viewed under those hashtags. So
So
that's
would
like
you, Melina, would you use those each and every time then?
Guitar Girl, yes. I wouldn't say
Okay,
Guitar
so
Girl is necessarily my brand. My brand is Melly Baby Music, but it's a niche hashtag that I associate with.
So basically,
Awesome.
anybody else can have it too, right? Like, but you are at the top. Okay.
Yes.
Kind of the equivalent for us would be our We Live It, Love It listed. There are other agents that post to that hashtag, but it is heavily associated with our Jennifer Jones team brand. So that's kind of what Melly is talking about. So that would be our equivalent, if that helps.
How do you know that you're at the top? Where do you go? Do you just do a search on that hashtag and then yours are always at the top?
Yeah. So on TikTok, that's how that's where it came from, right? They've changed their algorithms. Now it just shows like mixed posts. Like some posts will have millions of views, some posts will have like a couple hundred views in their mix. But it used to be where the top viewed videos would be at the very top. And so I was like, boom, 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 in that hashtag. But now it's all kind of mixed up because the algorithm has changed. Anyway, can you guys see my screen? Okay, let me make this smaller. So we have my videos, my Guitar Girl videos. So for example, this one I edited in I see how there's a little video over top. I edited that in Splice, and then I don't think I actually added anything to this one, but some things I'll add like text or whatever. to it. Like this one, for example, it's me lip syncing to a song I wrote. And see, I haven't replied to my comments. I'm bad. Don't do what I did. But all of these captions I edited separate times in all of the platforms. So, where are my insights? I'm not used to doing it on here.
The desktop version does not have the, oh, never mind, they changed it. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking.
So we can go to 90 days, or we can go to maybe not, and it might not load. 360, we'll just do 30 days. So content type, this is what I had before. This is my top content based on the last 30 days. This had 18.8 thousand views, 18.8 thousand views. 17, top content, right? And we have engagement. So followers, top, you can see like kind of like how many people engaged with me. So engagement means like how many people liked, commented, shared, saved. Then we have followers. You can see their most active times. So Monday, they are most active 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Profile visits. External link taps. So that's how many people clicked my link tree. Email tap buttons, because I have my email. There's more analytics you can look at on the phone, actually. I think that's weird that they do that. Most apps you can see more insights on the computer, but you can see like where your followers are from. If you're on your phone, you can see like where your all followers are from, gender, age, all of that. So yeah, I don't know why that's a thing on here, but let's see what else. Maybe it's just okay. So edit profile here. So you can see we have website. This is very different. Yeah, so here I see you can switch to creator account, personal account. I'm not really sure the difference between creator and business, other than you might have different analytics. But there's
I
lots
think you want to be the creator, because if you're a business account, you can't use half the music because it's a
yeah,
copyright. So I switched mine. Yeah. That's the only thing I know that's different.
I might have to switch. Anyway, so yeah, I have my link tree here, which I showed you before. We have my reels. You can see these are my stories, right? So I like to put like story posts into like highlights. These are called highlights. So like people can see my past stories. Like it's not letting me click on it, but oh, yep. Or we've got tunes, art things. These are different ones, and inside each one there's like different things. Life, you guys, Moon Girl. Yeah, random, but haven't updated that in a while. And then here are the notifications. But it's a lot easier to use on the actual app, I would say, because there's clearly a lot more tools that are not on the computer, because Instagram is designed for your phone, right? But you can go in, like, let's see. If we open up Instagram, and it logged me out because I logged in on my computer. Okay. Well, if you open up Instagram and you give me a minute to sign in. Oh, we have a question. Marina.
Yeah, so I just saw recently threads starting to pop up. Is that something that's going to become kind of mandatory? Do you know what I'm talking about, the threads?
Threads. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Threads.
Is it like for hashtag, not for hashtags, right? It's for
It's kind of like a replacement for Twitter.
Oh, okay. So not necessary yet.
Not to be determined.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't really heard too much about it. I don't know if it's like kind of kicking a dead horse or if it's just Instagram
Not
trying
worth
to make
really
more money.
exploring.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So if you go in to your account, if you have a business account, you can click right here. It says professional dashboard. Click on that. Then you can go into total followers, right? Mine's kind of low right now. You can see your top locations. So my top location is Mexico City, Santiago, and so on. Then we have top countries, which is in the same section. So you see cities, you can go countries. United States, Brazil, Mexico, Canada, United Kingdom. Kind of random. And we have age range, men, women. Then we have gender, most active times. So there's a lot more you can look at. Accounts reached. So you can see how many people Instagram pushed your content to. You can see where they are located, what age they are located, and what gender they are located. Just not just your followers, but the accounts that were reached. Then you can see your accounts engaged, same kind of thing, where they are, which posts got the most engagement. Engagement is good. We want engagement. Then you can see content you've shared. So you can, and then you can go through and look at like each specific content, each specific video. You can see how long people watched. So for example, people watched 100% of my video for 3 seconds and then they stopped. See, 3 seconds. And then it drops down to 76% at 5 seconds. And then you can see, oh, I'm allowed to monetize now. Great. Monetization is a whole different thing. Then you have save replies. Yeah, those are the most important, I would say. And you can look at your stories. So like, let's say you post a story. Now stories, you can only see how many people who watched your story for 24 hours. So if there's some, like you want to see who watched your story, I would say at the 23-hour mark, go through and screenshot all the people that watched or do a screen, like a screen video, screen recording, and go through and screen record. Like, let's say you're trying to collect information or something. So for example, I had 1,766 people watch this. You can go click here, overview. You can see the engagement, how many people engaged, so how many people liked the story. And then you can see how many people replied, how many people shared it, how many people clicked forward, how many people exited, how many people went to next story, and how many people clicked back, like back to your story. You can see how many people clicked on my profile, external link taps, how many people followed me, stuff like that. So there's a lot you can do. It's all about exploring, kind of learning things. There's also many videos on YouTube, as well as if you follow, I'm pretty sure there's an app, or not an app, an account on Instagram called Creators. And it basically just teaches you tips and tricks for how to use your profile. So that's at Creators. I'll put that in the chat. So yeah, does anyone have any other questions?
That was so good. I feel like you blew everybody's mind. Like I saw lots of scribbling and lots of ideas, and especially coming into a weekend full of open houses, I think we could all use to up our Instagram game here.
Awesome. I'm excited to see it.
So good. Hear that, guys? She's watching our story, so we better get on it and go to the next level.
Yes. I want
Thank
to
you
see.
so much for coming on this
Awesome.
morning and giving us so much of your time and letting us pick your brain on all of this. Like, this was honestly just so much value packed into the morning. We appreciate you so much.
No problem. And if anyone has any other questions, you can email me at mellybabymusic@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Instagram. So, and I can answer your questions, or you can ask Jennifer and she can relay them to me.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Exactly.
much.
So good, Melina. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
guys,
Melina.
happy Friday. Go hit up those social channels, and we will see everybody back here on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.